Imagine walking through a prehistoric forest, not knowing that something massive, silent, and perfectly hidden is watching you. Something that does not roar, does not growl, does not warn. It simply waits. Today, we ask the question that haunts paleontologists and survival experts alike. Did humans ever encounter the last of the Titan Boas? Most people know Titanoboa as the 42-foot monster snake from 60 million years ago, an animal so large it could crush a crocodile like a soda can. But few realize something unsettling. Titanoboa had descendants, giant constrictors that survived far longer than anyone expected, possibly long enough to meet early humans. And the evidence is chilling. Let's go back 50,000 years. South America. The land is hot, humid, and bursting with life. Giant sloths roam the swamps. Elephant-sized camouflaged shake the ground, and among them slithers a predator so huge it could drag a grown human into the water without a sound. Paleontologists call them Pleistocene megaboas, prehistoric snakes reaching 20 to 30 feet, thicker than a man's torso, descendants of the ancient Titanoboa bloodline. But here's where the story becomes frightening. Humans were already here, and their paths crossed. In caves, paleontologists have found human settlements in northern South America dating as far back as 40,000 years, exactly where fossils of these giant boas have been found. Caves contain paintings of enormous serpents coiled like mountains, with humans holding spears far too small to be useful. At first, these drawings were thought to be myths, but new research suggests something else. These were eyewitness accounts. Imagine early hunters moving through the forest. The ground vibrates slightly, not enough to notice. A patch of leaves shifts. A shape blends back into the trees. Nothing seems wrong until it's too late. Giant boas didn't bite to cripple prey. They ambushed, they crushed, they suffocated. A single coil could break a man's ribs. A second could stop his heart. But here's the twist. These giant snakes were not just hunters. They were also hunted. Archaeologists have found tool marks on enormous fossilized ribs, signs that humans fought, killed, and butchered giant constrictors for meat, skins, and ritual purposes. Some tribes may have even worshipped them. In the legends of the Amazon, there is a creature called the Yakumama, mother of the waters, a snake so big that rivers bend around it. For generations, explorers dismissed these stories as exaggerations, but the fossil record says otherwise. There truly were snakes large enough to swallow a human whole. Now let's examine one fossil in particular, discovered in Brazil's Acre region, a vertebra the size of a fist, belonging to a snake estimated at 10 meters or 33 feet. This creature lived at the same time humans were spreading across the continent. Now, consider this. Modern anacondas reach 20 to 22 feet, and they already kill jaguars. So imagine something 1.5 times larger with Ice Age prey to feed on, giant sloths, crocs, ancient tapirs. In such an environment, humans were not predators. They were simply another animal trying to survive. And the forest was not on their side. Picture this moment. A small hunting group travels along a swamp's edge. The air is humid, heavy, almost suffocating. Insects hum. Water drips slowly from giant leaves. The forest is calm, unnaturally so. Then the first hunter stops. Something strange catches his eye. Not movement, but absence. A log floating in the water is too smooth, too symmetrical, too perfect. The hunter raises his spear. The log blinks. The water explodes. A serpent thicker than a tree trunk launches upward, draws wide, body coiling like a living rope. The hunters scream as one of them disappears beneath the surface. The water churns, bubbles rise. Then silence. That silence is what ancient people feared most, the silence before the squeeze. But did humans wipe out these giant snakes, or did the snakes simply vanish as climates changed? The truth is, probably both. As the Ice Age ended, forests shrank, large prey went extinct, humans hunted aggressively. And with every step deeper into the jungle, humans encountered the giants more often, too often for the snakes to survive. Some scientists believe the last megaboa may have lived as recently as 8,000 years ago, which means humans and giant serpents didn't just meet once. They lived together for thousands of years. Today, only their smaller relatives remain, pythons, anacondas, and boas. But even these small snakes can reach 20 feet and kill silently. Imagine what their ancestors were capable of. Imagine a world where you could be walking through the forest and the forest itself could crush you. The age of Titanoboa may have ended 60 million years ago, but the age of giant snakes lasted far longer than anyone imagined. And somewhere in the deep Amazon, where humans still rarely go, locals whisper that the Yakumama still lives, waiting beneath the roots. Maybe legend, maybe memory, or maybe the last descendant of Titanoboa is still out there, watching, waiting, silent as ever.